Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about what to do when you get a bad teacher at school. Now this could be a bad teacher in terms of you don't get on with their personality, or they could be actually bad at teaching you the information that you need to know. But in both cases, you therefore won't really feel comfortable asking them questions if you don't understand information, because if you don't get on with the teacher's personality, then you're not really going to feel comfortable asking them things. And if the teacher is bad at teaching, then there's no point in asking them things because they're not going to be able to explain them properly to you. So the solution to both of these problems with your teachers is kind of the same, and that's what I'm going to go through with you in this video. I just want to say at the start that if it's a really bad situation with your teacher and you're just totally not comfortable in that class, then I would definitely talk to your school and request to be changed into a different class with a different teacher. But if you're just kind of not getting on with your teacher that well, or if she's not really teaching you, or he, if they're not really teaching you information very well, their teaching methods might just not work for you. If you are struggling with something like that, but it's not bad enough to actually request a whole change of class, then this is what I suggest you do, and this is what I've done before as well. And that is to find a different teacher who can answer your questions. Now it sounds quite simple, but in practice there's kind of a couple of steps you have to go through, and sometimes it can be a bit awkward to get this arrangement working, but once it works, it really works well, and it's helped me so much. So if you're not able to learn properly from your own teacher and you're not able to ask them questions when you don't understand something, then the solution to that is to find another teacher who you can learn from properly and you can ask questions. So this could be a teacher that you've had in this subject before, and if you haven't had any other teachers in this subject before at the school that you're at, then I would suggest emailing the head of department for that subject. And if your teacher that you don't like is actually the head of department, then maybe email the dean of students. And you can kind of like white lie or bend the truth a bit and just say that the teacher you currently have is a really lovely person, but their teaching methods just don't work for you. So would it be possible if you could see a different teacher outside of class and ask them any questions? So the quickest way to do that is just to email what I just said to either the teacher that you want to go and see, or if you're not sure which teacher you want to go and see, email it to the head of department and ask for their recommendations for a teacher, and then hopefully those teachers will reply and you can kind of sort out an initial time to go and see them. When you go and see them for the first time, make sure to bring some questions that you want answered and some information in class that you might not have understood, so they have something to start off with you, and make sure you bring all of the information that you've been given in class. So any handouts or booklets or textbooks or anything, just make sure you bring anything and that you're well prepared for your first meeting with the teacher, because this teacher is kind of doing you a favor. Even though their job is to teach, like they're doing it outside of their teaching hours probably. So just make sure you're well prepared for when you first meet with them, because that's just paying them the appropriate respect. And if your first meeting, I'm calling it a meeting, but you know, if your first meeting goes well with them and they've answered your questions and you've understood their way of teaching the information to you, then thank them and ask if you could meet with them regularly, maybe once a week or twice a week or once a fortnight. It just depends on your individual situation, but ask if you can meet with them regularly and try and set up a time, maybe like before school for an hour on Monday mornings. And if you can set up a regular time, then you can keep checking back with them regularly, and that will mean that you're able to keep on top of all the information and understand as you go, because you're meeting with them every week, so you're understanding the information every week and you have a time every week to ask questions. So I'd say, yeah, if it's like a big main subject, then try and meet with them every week, and hopefully that will work out for you. Now probably try not to like let your other teacher know, just because it might be a little bit awkward when they find out that you don't like them and then you've had to go and see another teacher. Yeah, but don't lie about it. Like if the other teacher finds out, don't lie about it. Just tell them that they're a very lovely person and you get on well with them, but their teaching methods just don't really work for you. So you've just gone and seen this other teacher because you've had them before and you found that the way they teach just really helps you, and you're just asking them a couple of questions, you know, like just play it down and don't try not to like hurt your other normal teachers' feelings, But yeah, don't lie about it because lying just never gets you anywhere. So yeah, hopefully that works out for you. It's quite simple really. Just go and find another teacher in that subject area and ask them your questions and get them to teach you the information that you don't understand from your actual teacher. But I am very lucky in that at my school there's quite a few teachers in each subject department, so this would work out for me most of the time because there's lots of different teachers I can go and see. But if your school is maybe smaller or it's slightly different and there's not another teacher that you're comfortable going to see, then the next best thing I would do is probably try and get a tutor outside of school. If this subject is really important and it's important that you understand it, then definitely get a tutor outside of school in that subject. You should be able to find one. I think there's plenty around. If getting a tutor isn't really an option for you, because I know they can be quite expensive, then look online and on YouTube for videos and websites that will explain the subject information to you. Also, maybe try and look into getting some extra textbooks and revision guides that will help to teach you the information. Maybe go to the library and see if they have any books on it. Like, you've just got to kind of look around and use all the resources that you can to try and teach yourself the information, unfortunately, if your teacher isn't working out for you and you can't go and see another one. But hopefully for most of you, you'll be able to just go and see a different teacher and they will sort out all of your problems for you and it will all be good. I've actually had to do this twice. Once it was just for like a couple of weeks before my exam, and then another year it was for like a whole year, but I didn't go and see the teacher every week because it was kind of a different situation. But yeah, definitely do whatever works for you in your situation. But I have found it really, really helpful when I've done this, because it's so important for you to understand the information that you're learning. And if your teacher isn't working for you and you're not understanding the information you're learning from them, then it's definitely worth doing something about it, because understanding is key. Thank you so much for getting to the end of this video. I really appreciate it and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it helpful. It can be so frustrating to get a bad teacher because you're stuck with them all year. And when I say bad, like, I don't mean they're a bad person, but just a teacher that doesn't work for you. It can be frustrating, so I hope this video has helped you out and given you some advice and tips that you might want to try out if you find yourself in this unfortunate situation. If this video has helped you out in some way, make sure to let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this one. I make heaps of revision tips and tricks videos, study with me's, note taking, and I'm just about to go back to school in a couple of weeks myself. So I'm going to have a little back to school series coming out on my channel. So definitely subscribe if you are interested in seeing those. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!